Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you a tutorial for the ticket booth die from Scrapdiva Designs. Now, you can find all of her information here, and I will link everything in the description box. But this is a really fun die. This is a 3D die, and I know some of the larger dies can be intimidating at first, but this is actually a really easy die to put together. It's got some components to it, but it goes together super quick. Your base panel is this right here, and you're going to cut this out twice. And I did it in 110-pound cardstock as well as the pattern paper that I'm using. And the pattern paper that I'm using is an older Prima collection. It's called Pumpkin and Spice. One of my fave autumn collections. I am actually going to do a fall twist with this. I wanted to do kind of a pumpkin patch type deal. So I have it cut out twice, as you can see in the cardstock from the paper collection. With this one, I cut off the top label, or the top portion here, and then I just left this tab, and then of course the tabs on the side and the bottom. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to show you what I did with the 110-pound paper. So once again, I cut this out of 110-pound cardstock, and this is going to be the interior of my box. I wanted to do this fun wood print that I had in the 110-pound cardstock, of course, and I cut all of the joints off of it. So all of these tabs right here are going to go off. This tab and of course this tab on both are going to be taken off, and I just cut right at the line. So it just leaves me these two panels here. And you could keep your tabs together if you wanted to. In fact, the process video that Erica over at Scrapdiva 29 does, she leaves the tabs on. I chose to take mine off. I wanted a little less bulk at the seams. So it's just an alternative way of doing it. So I'm going to set this aside, and once again, this is all the base layer. I've only used this. Now, this one you can use as a top and bottom to your box. I've cut that out twice because I am going to add a top and a bottom. There's also two components to this, and it's just these right here. So this is actually going to be the base of my box. I'm going to attach it with my two side panels here. This is going to be the bottom, and I am going to attach it to it, so I'm not going to glue any of these together. This one I'm going to use for the top portion of the box, the roof of the box. And I cut these two panel pieces. Now, once again, I cut it upside down so that my wood would be showing on this side, because this is going to be the interior of my box. This is going to sit on the top like this. And there is a small difference between these two dies. Very small, but there we go. That's how it lines up. Now I'm going to put these aside, and these right here, you're going to cut two each out of, I just decided to use some acrylic. Like I said, mine is going to be a gift box, but you could do tulle, you could do different colored cardstock if you wanted. But these are going to be your window panels that are going to be attached on this side here. And then you're going to sandwich your 110-pound cardstock in between the two. So let's move over to these. So this is going to be the shelf that sits under the front window of your box. I cut this in the rose gold because there's some rose gold flecks throughout this entire paper. These are going to be your sides, and those are just going to be an added layer over here. I cut that out of this kind of bluish teal that I want for this as well. And this is your front of the ticket booth. And that rose gold is just going to peek out like that. The other one that I did, this is attached right in here. So this is actually going to be your ticket window. And I cut them both out of the rose gold accent just so I could layer it up a little bit and give it some extra oomph. So let's work on putting all of this together. Oh, last but not least, I did these sections, and these are actually just going to lay on top of these. I'm not going to do it for the bottom, but I am going to cover this side here. So I'm just going to glue these on for an added textural piece. Or you could leave them off. It's completely up to you. And while I'm here, this was a fun gift from my hubby for my birthday. My birthday is actually tomorrow, and this was an early birthday present. It's a deviled egg tray, but it's kind of perfect for my craft room because it holds all these littles. Like, I have a tendency to lose all these little tiny things. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space on your craft desk either. I found it in a cute little gift shop when we went on vacation this weekend in Ellicottville.
What I'm going to grab are these two front panel pieces, and I'm also going to grab my acrylic pieces for the windows. And I've already attached the two on this, but I just did a quick tape roller on the interior and backed it right up to that edge.
Okay, now that I have my window panels attached, I am going to attach right here these two pieces. So I'm just going to take a little bit of liquid glue for this. So for my interior, I am going to lay these down like that. And I'm just going to use some liquid glue for this. Now that I have my two pieces together, I'm going to grab some red line tape. I love this stuff for 3D projects. It really just kind of gives a nice instantaneous bond, and it's super quick and easy to use. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to this side right here to put my base on. And I'm just going to line that right up to the edge like so. So I flip this back up so that it's at the interior of the box, and then I'm just going to add glue on all of these tabs. Now I'm going to come over to the other bottom portion of my box that I've cut out, and I'm just going to add some glue to these tabs. So we have our box. So I'm gonna quick throw some glue on that rose gold portion, and I'm gonna put it right on here, just kind of center everything. Now I'm gonna pull out all of these small pieces, and then I'm just gonna stagger them. And this is optional, of course, if you don't want to go through it and just do patterned paper or something. But that's what I'm going to do. I'll be back when I have all these done. So I wanted to share a quick little tip that I have for doing this top piece. I found that I was wasting a whole bunch of time when I was gluing each individual piece. And if you work quickly, you are able to just put them on individually after gluing the entire thing. So save yourself a little bit of time with this. So I have all of my pieces on here, and I'm just gonna, once again, take my glue and glue my tabs down. So I have my top piece for the box. I'm actually gonna leave that on there just to give it a little sturdier base. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here. All right, so I'm gonna put my box aside and I'm gonna grab these pieces out. Now, first I'm gonna glue this one down. I have this front portion done, and I decided to cut the rose gold for back here as well. I'm gonna bring this back over, and your ticket layer is gonna go right here like this. Now let's grab that top layer, put some glue on there. Really cute, right? This is shaping up to be adorable. So the last piece that we have from the die set is going to be this little shelf that's gonna go underneath, and all I did was glue it, and I made sure that I folded everything inward, gave it a nice base. Really crease those edges too. Use your bone folder for this kind of stuff. And this does kind of create a not quite square base, but I like how it's a little thinner back here, because this is where you're going to put your bead of glue and attach it to this. With it too. And then just center it right underneath that window. The last pieces that I have here are for the ticket window, and like I said, I cut that out twice, so I am going to double it up. Now that I've glued my last piece on here, my little ticket window, I am going to decorate this bad bear. So like I said, I'm doing a pumpkin theme. I kind of want it to be a pumpkin patch. This is some of the ephemera from the collection. I fussy cut this from one of the papers. I was thinking that could be kind of cute hanging down. I saw this cute bucket here, bucket of pumpkins and squash. I was thinking about maybe doing this on top, but I'm not really sure. I was maybe gonna do a pom-pom trim around the top. Maybe somehow do this. I'm not really sure. Okay, so I'm back. Oh my gosh, I really love how this turned out. I used some of the die cuts from the paper collection, as well as these cool pumpkins that I just fussy cut. A couple of these flowers are from the collection as well. I did have a few of these in my stash. I, of course, had some pine cones, and this sunflower in the very back is from my friend Natasha at Polite Creations. She sent me these gorgeous sunflowers as part of a swap that we were partnered with in Mommy and Me Crafts flower swap. And then I had a little foam flowers in my stash. Usually I try to do my own handmade for each project, but I really just kind of wanted to save time. And this is what I did for the floral cluster at the top. And you'll see just some of these dried face fillers that I have. as well as some pine cones, another one of those really pretty sunflowers. This is actually a flower that I created with some Scrapdiva dyes. There's some leaf under there from the collection. Just super happy with how this turned out. Love it. So head on over to Scrapdiva shop and take a look at all of the fun new dyes that she's released. You can use my coupon code GEN10 for 10% off your purchase. I'll see you in the next crafty video. Bye!